Hi, Arcfieldweather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here. Monday afternoon, August 21st. Still a lot of tropical moisture associated with Hillary out across the western states. That moisture has moved northward all the way into Idaho, Washington, and Oregon as well. There's some monsoonal moisture involved as well, and that is impacting farther to the south. Places like Arizona, for example, still getting some showers and thunderstorms, not only with the leftover tropical moisture, but kind of a monsoonal moisture feed into the southwest states as well. There's an area of moisture really starting to gather together over the Gulf of Mexico. That is associated with a tropical system that looks like it'll evolve into a tropical storm that slides westward into southern Texas over the next couple of days, and a couple of systems to monitor in the Atlantic Basin, and we'll go over the details on those systems over the next few minutes. Let's start off with a nationwide look at the radar echoes. This is from Intellicast.com. First of all, in the Gulf of Mexico, you can see a lot of green here starting to show up here, and it's associated with a tropical system that will probably become a named tropical storm and move westward into the southern part of Texas over the next 24 to 48 hours or so. Meanwhile, out in the western states still have a lot of tropical moisture. Hillary moved northward, and its tropical moisture is all the way up into Idaho, Washington, Oregon as well. And some of this streamer activity down here is associated with monsoonal flow as well, monsoonal moisture. But nonetheless, a lot of shower and thunderstorms continue at midday here across the western states. And you can almost see where the upper level ridge resides at midday with this kind of a ring of echoes around that upper level ridge. Right in this region, there's a very, very intense upper level ridge at the 500 millibar level, and this is kind of the outer perimeter right here where all these radar echoes are showing some areas of rain. Again, this is a tropical moisture, monsoonal moisture, and now tropical storm starting to set up here over the Gulf of Mexico will slide westward into Texas. Well, let's take a look at the Atlantic Basin right now. Last week we were focused on the Eastern Pacific, and now we're focused on the Atlantic Basin. There are a couple systems to monitor, a couple systems really that should not even be named right now. Looks like they're likely to fall apart here, but we'll go through all of these over the next couple of minutes. First of all, here is what should become a tropical storm moving westward into the southern part of Texas over the next couple of days. It looks like it should intensify enough to become a named tropical system and then continue to slide basically from east to west into southern Texas over the next couple of days. This is a pretty impressive tropical storm right now named Franklin. Looks like it certainly can have an impact over the next 24 to 48 hours on Haiti to the west here, Dominican Republic to the east, the island nation, couple of nations here of Hispaniola. Again, Haiti on the western side, Dominican Republic. It should then move to the north and kind of meander around for a while just north of Hispaniola, and we'll see there are probably limited chances for it to then impact the eastern states, and we'll kind of go into the reasoning why over the next few minutes. But again, Franklin looks like it'll continue to impact Hispaniola over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, Gert, very weak system here. Emily, very weak system also. Both of these probably don't even need to be named anymore. Not sure the rationale of that, but we'll take a look at the reasons why on the satellite image. And there's yet another system starting to show up in the far eastern part of the Atlantic Ocean. Well, let's take a look at the latest satellite imagery loop of the Atlantic Basin. Again, multiple systems here. I think two or so are worth monitoring, and the other two not so much. First of all, this is system number 9 here. It looks like it'll evolve into a tropical storm, a named tropical storm, and push westward right into the southern part of Texas. And this is a pretty impressive tropical storm, Franklin, right here. Here's Hispaniola right here, Haiti on the west, Dominican Republic on the eastern side, Puerto Rico right here. It looks like it'll impact Dominican Republic and Haiti over the next 24 to 48 hours or so, and then kind of meander around to the north of the island for a couple of days. Probably limited chances of it reaching the eastern part of the U.S. but of course we'll continue to monitor that. And here is Gert. There's actually a little bit of a circulation center. You can see right here, it's now well to the west of a band, an area of showers and thunderstorms. In other words, the circulation center is kind of displaced to the west of the shower and thunderstorm area right here. So this does not have too much prospect for surviving, but we'll take a look at it over the next couple of days. And meanwhile, out here, this is yet another system that is starting to move over some of the cooler waters of the Atlantic Ocean here. This too probably has not much life left in it. So these two systems right now, not all that impressive, but Franklin is certainly impressive. And this over the Gulf of Mexico looks like it will become a tropical storm and head into southern Texas. Well, let's take a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly forecast maps here from the morning run of the GFS. This is from the 12Z run here. First of all, very, very strong upper level ridge centered right over the center part of the nation. A heat wave over the next few days extending all the way from the upper part of the Midwest down to the Gulf states with this upper level ridge. Meanwhile, there's a lot of moisture gathering together here over the Gulf of Mexico that will slide to the west into Texas and southern Texas as a tropical storm. Still upper level lows now reflected here at the 500 millibar level associated with the remnants of Hillary. A lot of tropical moisture across the western states and some monsoonal moisture as well. Now, let's move forward in time here, clear the deck here, move forward in time from the morning run of the GFS. And again, we have all that activity out over the Atlantic Basin. This is the upper level system associated with Franklin. Again, very likely to impact quite a bit here over the next 24 to 48 hours. Haiti, Dominican Republic, the island of Hispaniola. Now, a lot of viewers that have watched me over the years know that I like to look for high pressure ridging over southeastern Canada as a red flag for the possibility of the southeastern states getting hit. Do not have that right now. We certainly have an upper level trough keeping the northeast U.S. on the pleasant side. Today's a very warm day in the mid-Atlantic region, but another cool front passes through tonight, and yet another comfortable air mass arrives in the northeastern states for Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, no signs here in the near term of very strong ridging in the southeastern part of Canada. Let's see what happens as we move forward here. Here we are in the middle of the week. This strong, intense upper level ridge does not make it any farther to the east. In fact, it starts to kind of retrograde back to the southwest here over the next few days. Here we are now into the early part of the upcoming weekend, and we still have upper level troughing over the northeastern part of the nation. That's why I said the chances of Franklin working its way to the east coast, limited, not impossible, but limited as long as we have this trough up here in the northeast. Now, an outside chance is that that trough kind of swings on through and this system slows down and kind of sits back to the southwestern part of the Atlantic Ocean, maybe in this region right here, while that trough slides on by. In other words, a trough does not pick up Franklin. If that were to happen, that raises the odds of a possible impact in the mid-Atlantic coastline, the northeast coastline. Right now, the odds are against that, but it's something we'll monitor over the next few days. You can see here in a week's time, we do get some ridging to pop up here over the Canadian Maritime provinces, but it may be a little bit too late to pull this system back to the east coast at this time. Certainly something we'll monitor over the next several days. Meanwhile, that upper level ridge that right now is over the center part of the nation does tend to retrograde back to the southwestern states over the next several days. And again, a relatively nice pattern continues across the northeast U.S. Well, let's wrap up here on Monday afternoon's video discussion with the surface forecast maps. We're taking a look here at the North American view here. This is from the 12Z run of the GFS system, already showing up here on the maps here, and it should become a named tropical storm, slide westward into southern Texas. This is the tropical wave associated with what is now tropical storm Franklin here, and here is Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico right here. Again, a lot of moisture beginning the day here, the middle part of the day here out across the western U.S. associated with the remnants of Hillary and some monsoonal moisture flowing northward off the Pacific Ocean into the southwestern states as well. Now, let's move forward here. First of all, this system intensified, moves slowly to the west here into the southern part of Texas as a tropical storm, a named tropical storm over the next couple of days. A lot of dry weather over the middle part of the nation with that strong upper level ridge sitting right on top of that part of the U.S. over the next few days. A heat wave from the upper Midwest all the way down to the Gulf states. Now let's continue to move forward here. Franklin crosses Hispaniola into the southwestern part of the Atlantic Ocean, and its chances for reaching the East Coast are limited with the continuation of some troughiness over the northeastern states. If this were to slow down and sit over the southwestern part of the Atlantic Ocean, and that trough moves on by late this week, upcoming weekend, then the odds may be on the increase for this to ultimately have a potential impact, let's say mid-Atlantic coastline, northeast coastline. It's not impossible, but odds are against it. Right now, we just don't have that high atmosphere ridging over the southeastern states. We have a continuation of troughiness over the northeast U.S. and the Canadian maritime provinces. And here we go now into about a week from now. Here is Franklin at that particular time. And again, trough probably picks this thing up and pushes it out to the sea. If by chance this ends up being farther to south and west, a little bit slower, a little bit farther to south and west, a week from now that trough could move on by without picking up Franklin, and that would raise some red flags for the mid-Atlantic coastline and the northeast coastline. Something we'll watch over the next few days. We'll go all the way out into a week from tomorrow, and here is what remains at this time, a pretty strong storm here headed potentially for the Canadian maritime provinces a week to 10 days from right now. So still a lot of tropical moisture out across the western states, and a couple of systems to monitor closely over the next several days in the Atlantic Basin. One certainly looks like it'll evolve into a tropical storm and move into southern part of Texas with a lot of rainfall over the next couple of days. And Franklin, currently a tropical storm, looks like it'll impact Haiti and Dominican Republic over the next 24 to 48 hours, and then slide to the north of Hispaniola, and we'll have to watch it over the western part of the Atlantic Ocean over the next several days. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.